Aren't we amazing? Like, do you like our masks and our new hats? Aren't we so cool? So, welcome back to week 9, physical education. Today, you will be meeting your jump ropes that we gave you, or any of your jump ropes that you have at home. Maybe you have a jump rope at home that you just love. We're doing some jump roping skills. So grab your jump ropes and get ready to go.
Let's jump. From our locomotor movement unit, we learned that jumping means that we are taking off and landing on 2 feet. Well, guess what? We're going to use that in our jump roping skills. It's even in the title. So some things that you can do is jumping forward and backward over your rope, or you don't even need your rope, but it's just a good visual. You can jump sideways over your rope, back and forth. You can jump forward and backward and zigzag along the length of the rope or your line. You can zigzag side to side down the length of your rope. You can also make a shape instead of a line to jump in and out of. And if you think some of this is too easy, speed it up. You don't have to go slow. If you want to go faster, go ahead. That also makes it more challenging and makes your heart work harder. How do I know if my jump rope fits me? There's a pretty easy way to do this. Put the handles of your jump rope together, step on the middle of your jump rope and pull them up towards your shoulders. If they are right by your armpits, that's a great fit. If they are way below your armpits, that means your jump rope is too small. And if the handles go way above your shoulders, that means that the jump rope is too big. But if all you have is a jump rope that is too big, we have some solutions. You can wrap the jump rope around your hand to make it shorter, or you could slide the jump rope through the end of your handle and tie a knot. Both of these ways help to shorten your jump rope. If your jump rope is too short, I don't have any solution to make it longer. Sorry. How should I hold the handles?
All right, so one really important thing with our jump ropes is making sure that we're holding it the correct way. When I do this, my hands want to be up like I'm getting something from someone. Please make sure you ask please. Then when I put my handles in my hand, I want that rope on the outside in my palm, and I close around like I'm holding onto something, but I have to hold it up. If I have my hands up like this and giving like a thumbs up, my jump rope kind of goes in weird spots. If I have it like this, my rope is on the inside, and that isn't very helpful because that's going to be really hard to turn, and unless I'm really good at jumping through, it's still going to get caught around my arms when I'm trying to bring it over. So I want to make sure that my rope is on the outside, palms are open, handles are in my hands. Those are some big hands, Mrs. Anderson. And my rope is on the outside. That's how I hold my jump rope. All right, so we've talked about how to hold onto it. Ooh, let's talk really quick about how to untangle it. Sometimes our jump ropes look like a little like Twizzler. I like to let go of a handle and slide it all the way down to the opposite handle. I'm not tangled anymore, so yay! What I really want to talk about though is practicing turning, because sometimes that turning is hard. We might want to go too fast, or sometimes it's too slow, but that's really what I want to talk about. So I like starting, and for some people this might be a little hard depending on the size of your hand, starting with both handles in my hand, holding it like I would if I only had one. So I want the ropes on the outside, and I'm gonna start turning it on my side so it's right next to me. Because when I have the handles in each separate hand, they're gonna be on the side of me. I wanna keep my elbow tucked in, and if you're seeing it the right way, I hope, is that my wrist is doing most of the work. My elbow might move a little bit. For the most part, it's my wrist. After you feel comfortable with that, you can switch to the opposite hand, whichever one that might be. Elbow is still in, and it's on the side of me. I don't want it over the top of my head. I can't jump rope when it's way swinging like a helicopter on top of my head. If you want to start adding in kind of a timing for your jump, just a little jump. I want to hear that tick when I'm turning this. That tells me that the rope is getting really close under my feet, and that's gonna make it easier for me to be able to get my feet over that rope. So try practicing that with your jump rope on the side, elbows in, because then, when we start doing more of our jumping, our elbows are in, I'm set and ready to go using my wrists to turn.
Okay, so now that we've gone over all of those basics, we know that we're just jumping a little bit over the top of the rope and how we hold our hands, hold that rope in our hands. Now we want to talk about what that rope's going to look like as it comes over the top of our body. So Miss Golan and I teach a little rhyme almost that helps us get that jump rope moving, okay? So we have it in our hands and we start with the jump rope behind us, okay? So the jump rope's behind us. Now if it's in front of me like this, I can step through to get that jump rope behind me, okay? Now what we do is we tap our handles in the middle. So tap together, and then we know that our thumbs aren't in the way, we know that our rope isn't in the way, and we can hear the handles of our jump rope. So we say tap, tap. The next part we do is tug, tug, and we pull on the back of that rope. We're pulling that rope forward. So we know that the rope is behind us. So again, we go tap, tap, tug, tug. Now after we do that tap, tap, tug, tug, we're gonna turn the rope up and over our heads, okay? And we're gonna turn it and we're gonna say over to my toes, okay? So let's try it again. We're gonna go tap, tap, tug, tug, turn it over to my toes, okay? Now I'm gonna step through. So again, tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes. Nice work. So then we want you to practice. Let's do 5 of those. Tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes, okay? Okay, nice start practicing those 5, tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes. Now we're gonna add another little step to this to get it to go underneath our toes. Before we jump though, we're not jumping yet. We wanna teach you one more step before that. So this time, we're going to do tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and trap. And I lifted my toes off the ground, came up on my heels, and the jump rope is now trapped underneath my feet, okay? Then I can either step through or I can just lift those heels off the ground and the jump rope will come out. So let's try that again, because now the jump rope's behind me. Tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and trap. Good work. See how I drew out that over to my toes and trap? Let's try that tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and trap 5 times. Nice work. Okay, Coyotes. So now that you've trapped it, now we want to try to jump over, okay? So now we'll continue, instead of just lifting those toes and that little wrap, this time we're gonna use a little jump. Now, like we talked about earlier when we were jumping around our shapes and jumping over the line, we don't have to jump very high. Our jump rope is super skinny. So we only have to do a little jump. So let's jump in the air 5 times without moving our rope. Jump, 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 and jump. Or you could go fast like My knees don't come up high. My feet just leave the floor just a little bit, okay? Now, as you watch both of us, you'll notice that our shoulders are tall and proud. We're standing up nice and tall. We don't lean over when we're jumping, okay? So let's try that next step. Tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and jump, okay? Ready? Tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and jump. Nice work! I bet you that worked pretty well. Let's try it again. Tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and jump. Just a little jump. Now some of you may be like, oh, Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Scullin, I want to keep jumping because I know how to keep jumping. That's awesome. If you don't know how to keep jumping over and over again, this is how we practice getting that jump down.
And if you say, oh my gosh, I'm really having a hard time jumping over the rope, be patient. And when I say that, I mean when you do your tap, tap, tug, tug over to my toes, you have to wait for the rope to be in front of you before you jump. So when I bring it over, I have to wait so that it's in front of me and then I can jump. Some friends try and jump when they turn and they jump too early and it won't go under their feet. But if you wait, tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes, jump. I hit Mrs. Anderson, so mine didn't go under, but it's kind of there. Just giving that extra second to wait is going to help.
Okay, so boys and girls, so now we've got all of those steps, right? We started with the shape on the ground, just jumping in and out, back and forth, over that itty bitty little tiny rope. We know that our jump rope fits us. We know that we're holding it in our hands correctly. We did our tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes. Then we did our tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and trap, and we practiced trapping it. Then we did that tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and jump, okay? Now, some of you are like, I want to keep jumping, and that's awesome. And if you're there and you want to keep practicing and trying to do consecutive jumps over and over, then this is where we get to practice that. If you're not quite there yet though, and you still want to practice that tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and jump, and wait and pause, that is fine also. So now I'm going to try to do 5 jumps in a row. So I'm going to start with a tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and jump, and jump, and jump, and jump, and jump. You might also want to try adding that over to my toes to help you remember to wait until that jump rope is in front of your face and underneath your feet. So that could look like tap, tap, tug, tug, over to my toes and jump, 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 over to my toes and jump.